hello and thank you for joining me for another Alex on Tech and ITY video. Today I have with me Andrew Paton-Smith. He's the founder and CEO of Jazoodle. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Alex. Good to be here.
Now we're here at StartCon 2017, which is the biggest startup conference in Sydney and probably the Southern Hemisphere. And you've been here all day. Tell us about what the buzz has been like here at the conference.
Oh, it's been a fantastic buzz. We got to meet so many wonderfully interesting people. We got to meet investors. We got to meet other SME businesses and accountants that are actually really looking for what we're looking to do at the moment. And it's been just a fantastic day.
And you've got to do it all again tomorrow.
And we've got to do it all again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get some sleep tonight.
Yeah. Now look, for those wondering, please tell us what is Jazoodle? What problem does it solve that people haven't done before?
Yeah. So the problem it solves is probably twofold. So in the accountancy world, the likes of Xero and MYOB and QuickBooks are getting so good now that a lot of transactional areas of accounting businesses are changing and they're being replaced by automation. AI is becoming very good. Xero just recently announced some real enhancements to their platform, which essentially takes away a lot of the work, traditional bookkeeping type work and coding type work that these people have been doing. So Jazoodle, what Jazoodle does, it essentially enables our clients, our accountant clients, to enable additional value add that they can add to their clients in a very simple and a very quick and a very powerful platform. For our SME businesses, well, I like to think how I use Jazoodle. I use Jazoodle for tracking of my business during the course of each month to make sure the underlying data within the business is tracking in the right direction.
And so, we're talking about predictive analytics, we're talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning. We're talking about something that can really help you to sort of map out how your business might work, and then from all that information you're given to sort of intelligently choose the right path.
I think one of the big dangers of going into accounting data, first of all, you need to have visualizations, which we do really well. We need to be able to make sure that we can get the data from our clients' businesses into the system very quickly and very simply, and that we do very quickly. We for instance, we integrate with Xero, and within 30 seconds of integrating, of uploading your Xero credentials into your Xero system, 30 seconds later you've got a dashboard of key metrics, 30 key metrics within the system. You've got a basic indicative valuation of your business, and then you can then start having fun with it and start playing around with the sliders and all of the wonderful metrics within the system to see what next year's profit and loss and balance sheet are going to be like.
So when did you come up with this idea, and then if there was a lag in between the idea and the execution, when did you get the business going?
So that's a really interesting question. The actual initial idea for this actually came up probably 20 years ago at my undergraduate days, and my dissertation was essentially building a demand forecasting model for business. I did rather well at that at university, got a good grade and everything, but the idea has been plugging through my mind for quite a long time. I've worked for lots of multinational corporates in the world, and a couple of years ago I completed my master's degree and thought, well, now's the time to actually start to use this.
And take time for technology to catch up?
And also time for technology to catch up, although the program that we were using at the time was a wonderful DOS-based program that you needed a degree in rocket science to actually to work out how to use it.
And now it's all cloud-based.
And now it's all cloud-based, absolutely, which is where Jazoodle fits in now.
Yeah.
So it couldn't be any further away from where we were 20 years ago in terms of ease of use. And that's one of the things we wanted to build into Jazoodle, just how easy it is to use, so it's not a cluttered system. People don't like clutter. We want the journey to be obvious through the system. And if you want a piece of information, you just click a button, hit a drop down and so forth.
So how long ago did you start?
So we actually started coding in January of 2017 this year. Probably about 3 or 4 months beforehand, we was talking with my development team to actually make sure that we got the requirements correct, and that was a key piece, because one of the things that really did was confronted us to actually say, right, okay, what actually really would turn me on as a business owner or an accountant, and what would actually, more importantly, turn me off. And a lot of things that from my experience of working through technology systems and so forth, lots of turn-offs, and we made sure that we didn't have those in place within the Jazoodle system. And it originally come from a spreadsheet.
Yeah. And so you've just officially launched just recently, and I understand you've now got customers.
So we actually do our official soft launch on Monday, this coming Monday coming up. We've had beta customers live on the system for a few weeks now, and the really good thing is about our beta customer is they've gone through this system, they've gone through the free demo, they've enjoyed the demo, they've enjoyed playing with the system, they've uploaded their own Xero data, and then after 7 days when the trial runs out, they've put their credit card on the table and decided they'd get a lot of value from the system.
Yeah, which must be great for you, having built it all, to see people really valuing it.
It's a great feeling. As a startup, you go through all sorts of highs and lows throughout your time. A lot of time spent alone, worrying about problems. But one of the big things I've done over the course of the last year or so is get together a really good advisory board, get together a really good formal board as well. And I can't do everything, and to make sure that we use the power of lots of different brains to actually make this, not just from a technology perspective, but from a commercial perspective, from an operational perspective, how the system fits into our back-end systems, and make sure that we're not doubling handling data.
And is there anything else out there like this? I mean, this sounds pretty unique.
There's very little out there that's actually very similar to this. One of the things that I think is fairly unique with the system is it's enjoyable to use. It's in our mission statement. We want the system to be enjoyable to use. We want our clients to get huge value out of this, whether it's an SME business, and that's in terms of understanding the core of their business, so they don't get to any nasty surprises. We know what running a small business is like. But also for our accountant clients to really enable a deep value add that they can add to their clients and potentially earn additional revenues from their clients as well. So it's a win-win, we say.
So how do you think, if we look into the crystal ball into the future, 2027, how do you think financial forecasting, accounting and business world might look like in a decade's time?
I think AI is certainly going to make a huge inroad. There's going to be a lot more in terms of transactional type areas of accounting that will be automated. I think that's a given. I really like the idea of the greater predictability in accounting. It's an area that we've dabbled in terms of Jazoodle, in terms of the predictive side of things. But I think once you bring in multi-regressional models and machine learning, etc., and I love the idea of neural networks and self-learning machines, then how we can apply this to Jazoodle in big ways. I'd like to bring in macroeconomic data. So, for instance, if we, it's all very well saying, we're going to increase sales over the next year by 5% and cut our cost by 10%, but what happens if inflation goes up to 6%, for instance? What happens if interest rates go up? And then, so what is the dampening effect on that, on your business? So it's all very well saying it might be a 5% increase, but in actual fact the economy might actually dump that down to a 2% increase in real terms.
And you can sort of forecast and see how that sort of change would pan out in your business if only you're a customer of Jazoodle.
The biggest problem with running any business is coming up to shocks. Yeah. Once you see shocks in your business, then potentially it's too late. The good thing
how resilient you are.
And resilience is a really lovely word that we think that Jazoodle will actually help build some resiliency in at least to give that forward warning of potential, or conversely, more some opportunities that are actually lying within the data that they could take advantage of.
Now, my second last question I'd like to ask is if you could please share some of the best advice that you've received to help you get where you are today over the many years you've been around.
I think the greatest advice, and I've tried to take this on throughout my career from leading the teams that I've led, but also in the startup as well, is no man's an island or no woman's an island. Not everybody knows everything, and to get different perspectives on different areas of your business is absolutely critical. Because if you go down looking with a myopic view on any aspect of your business, the business gods out there will always make sure they come back and hit you on the head over it. So I think definitely surround yourself with really good people. Surround yourself with the best people that you possibly can, and even surround yourself with people with no real subject matter expertise in the area, just to give you an alternate perspective, because very often those dumb questions actually lead to somewhere quite quick.
So what's your final message for ITY viewers and readers and for your current and future customers?
Well, we hope we're going to be here for Jazoodle for many years to come. This is the start of our journey. It's been a hugely enjoyable journey. I sold my house to actually begin this journey, which is a huge step, obviously.
Yeah, but you've a real belief in the program and the system.
And really, that's the key message. If you've got belief in what you're doing, and there is commercial applicability to what you're doing, back it with your soul, and make sure that you, but at the same time, don't ignore the risks that are obviously out there.
Use Jazoodle to help you.
Use Jazoodle to help you, indeed. Absolutely.
Andrew Paton-Smith, CEO, co-founder, or founder, thank you very much, and I hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.